Welcome back to the Quaker Sports Recap. We are well into the spring sports season, and the action is really heating up. Last week, I stopped by JV and varsity softball, boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse, varsity B tennis, boys and girls track and field, unified basketball, and baseball, which I'll tell you about next. Let's get right to it! On Tuesday, your Orchard Park Quakers took the field against the so-called Legends from Lancaster in the back end of a home-and-home series. The Quakers were coming off an 8-3 victory the night before and looking to keep the momentum going. The game was a pitcher's duel with Zach Nawawati keeping Lancaster at bay for Orchard Park for the first 3 innings. Neither team was able to generate any effective offense in the game that was played in light rain for its entirety. In the bottom of the 4th, Orchard Park threatened but left 2 runners stranded to end the inning. The strong defense continued until the top of the 7th when Lancaster loaded the bases with 1 out. The next Lancaster batter hit a blast deep into right field, but Luke Staniszewski made an incredible diving catch to only allow 1 runner to score. Zach Nawawati dispatched the Lancaster runner at first base with a great move to first, allowing Will Newlove to make the tag. In the bottom of the 7th, Orchard Park fought back, loading the bases with 1 out. Unfortunately, Lancaster was barely able to convert a double play, prematurely ending Orchard Park's rally and the game. After the game, I talked to Zach Nawawati about the result.
You know, it was a rough loss, always losing to a rival. What is one thing that you think went well today on the bright side?
I thought our defense was very good. I thought I had a really solid defense behind me on the mound today. Made some great catches, made some great plays. So I think that's the upside here.
All right. Now, batting today was a bit rough. I mean, you guys didn't score a run. Do you think that's because of the weather, or do you think it's something you need to address at practice? What do you think?
That kid was a good pitcher. I mean, obviously we should have put the bat on the ball, but sometimes you just have days where you face a good arm and hits don't fall.
Do you think a little extra motivation came after Luke Staniszewski saved the run for the team towards, the end of the 6th?
Yeah, definitely. That definitely got me hyped as a pitcher, and I can definitely say that the dugout was very hyped after that, and it definitely led to a little rally going. It's just an unfortunate ending.
How do you think you could prepare for the next game?
Just practice per usual. Work on a couple things. Just keep it simple. Fielding, hitting. Just work on putting barrel back to ball, and I think we'll be fine.
That was a tough loss, but the team bounced back against St. Mary's later in the week to regain the momentum. Of course, baseball wasn't the only team with games last week. Let's see how all of our teams did. Varsity boys lacrosse ended their regular season in great fashion with a 23-2 blowout win over Lockport at home on Wednesday. Luke Dana led the team in points for the night with 4 goals and 6 assists, while Joey Campion and Justin Rolowski tied for second, each having 3 goals and 5 assists. JV lacrosse ended the regular season with a rough 16-6 loss at Fairport on Saturday. The team had a great season overall, though. Girls varsity lacrosse ended their regular season with 2 dominant wins. Ella Fercucci led the team in points this week with 10 goals and 26 points, while Mia Bradley added 6 goals and 15 points. The team enters the playoffs with the number 2 seed and will play at home on Wednesday with the opponent yet to be determined. Unified basketball narrowly lost to Eden 35-32 and are looking to rebound on senior night Thursday against Lakeshore. Come out and watch us play. Varsity baseball went 2-1 on the week, including an 8-3 win over Lancaster on Monday. JV baseball went 2-2 on the week, highlighted by a 3-0 shutout against Jamestown on Saturday. Boys golf had a great day on Monday, winning the Section 6 championship by defeating Williamsville East at Diamond Hawk Golf Course. Varsity softball went 3-1 in their final week of the regular season before the playoffs, including 2 shutout wins. JV softball ended their amazing regular season this week, winning all 3 of their games, not allowing a single run in their final 2. Varsity flag football had 2 big shutouts in their tune-up for this week's playoffs. The Quakers will face Hutch Tech on Wednesday. The game will also be the team's senior night. JV flag football ended their great regular season with a 31-6 win over Fredonia at home. Boys tennis won all their matches this week, highlighted by a 6-1 win over Williamsville East for the Section 6 championship. Boys track and field had a nice week this week, including a 102-38 win over Will North in a dual meet on Tuesday. Anthony and Max Machiavelli finished 1-2 on Friday at the Bob's Beach Pole Vault Invitational.
girls track and field had a nice week on the track as well, also defeating Will North on Tuesday. The girls had a number of top 5 finishes on Saturday at Amherst Tigers Safari Invitational.
Great job, Quakers. Up next, we have a Service So Question segment with flag football player Hannah Day. Let's learn a little bit more about Hannah.
What is one rule of flag football that you'd like to change?
I think I would probably change the blocking and the rushing because, like, there's a lot of rushers who are really aggressive and it's supposed to be non-contact, but they push anyways. And then the blockers aren't allowed to push back, and I think it's just an unfair advantage to the blockers.
If you could go back in time to kindergarten, what is one piece of advice that you would give to yourself?
Never give up and always have fun.
What is one food that you think is totally overrated?
Overrated? Honestly, I don't know. That's a hard one. Probably hot dogs. Hot dogs are pretty overrated.
What's yours better, cats or dogs?
Dogs for sure. I don't like
100%.
cats.
Would you rather be able to swim like a dolphin or run like an ostrich?
Run like an ostrich.
What is your favorite place to go for wings?
Wings? I would say either Duff's or the Barbell.
Barbell. What is your favorite, or what do you like better, blue cheese or ranch?
Definitely ranch. I know
What?
it's like
What?
not a Buffalo thing,
What?
but ranch is better.
What game are you most looking forward to playing this year?
Section game. We got to make it all the way to sections.
All right.
Thanks for watching this week's Quaker Sports Recap. The playoffs have started for some of our teams and are starting this week for others. Let's all go out and cheer on all of our teams. Hopefully, I will see you there, so together we can shout, Go Quakers!